Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to do a bit of live commentary on this today. This is my small layout that I've been building, and as you can see, we've got Devious Diesel running around. It's still really small, it's still a tabletop size, and at the moment I've got just one radius of track. It's first radius curves. I'm going to have a little bit of a diorama on the top of the cliff top. I'm looking to make sort of a quarry theme. That's what I'm looking to go for on this. And again, sticking to trying to make it small with as much detail as possible to show you that you can sort of build one anywhere you want. So at the moment it's still relatively small, I would say. It's still probably, I think it's about 5 foot. It's pretty short. I'll measure it for you now. So it's just over 5 foot, it's 61 inches in length. So it's really, really small. You can fit this under a single bed, for a child's single bed. Originally, if you've been following my channel, I was looking to build a massive layout, but I found that it was an absolute pain in the backside. I couldn't reach the back of the layout. Every room that I put it in, it was like 8 foot by 4 foot. Every room that I put it in, it was a bit of a nightmare. And the room that I was due to put it into, there's a problem with the floorboard, so I've got to get the floorboard sorted. But obviously, decorating other rooms and stuff, I've not lived here too long. It's money as well as racing and everything else that I do. So basically, here we got in this layout. I'm using the foam that originally was a baseboard on my big layout before I changed to MDF, and I've stuck all that together and started cutting away using just basically a kitchen knife at the moment to get the rough shape, and then I'm going to move on to cutting a bit more into it. I need to get some single tunnel portholes. I've got some doubles, but they're far too big. So I'm pretty happy with the size of it. It's now just adding the detail without making it look too cluttered. Because there's nothing worse than seeing a layout. There's just tracks everywhere and a train running around in a circle. It sort of to me it looks too cluttered. So the idea here with obviously the quarry face or the cliff face is to separate the layout and make it look bigger than it actually is. So obviously you can't see the train just running around in a circle, which I think just sort of sucks the life away from the layout. You want to have an idea or show grandeur, but on a small scale, if that makes sense. So what I'll do now is I'll just move it over to the other end of the layout so you can see what's happening over there. Okay, so we're now at the other end. This is where I'm going to have my goods sheds and really work up like a quarry scene. I'm hoping to have a coal implant and all these little things, but on a little scale. As you can see now, the sort of cliff face in the background is what's separating it and giving it that look. I don't like having a logo just running around in a circle. I know it is, and I didn't want to build a diorama because I want to give some of the logos just that chance to run around. If you've got a diorama, it's side to side and side to side, and that's not really what I wanted. So the idea is to have like I'll put power obviously, or I may go digital to the centre of the layout, so I can still put the trains back and forth and do all that sort of stuff, while you get one that's on a constant run around. Which I think, especially if I do take it to a show, is pretty much the way that I want to do it. I did think of adding just a little bit more length to the layout. And still then I think it's fair that it'll fit under a 5 foot bed, because most 5 foot beds are a little bit bigger than that anyway. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to work on this left hand side as you're looking at it now first, because this is how I really want this side, and then I'll work out what I'm going to do as I go along. You know, because I think that's half the fun. It's like I don't want to sit down and plan for hours and hours and hours. I'm going to start this side and just sort of see where it takes me. That may not be the right way to do it, but hey, this is my way that I'm going to do it. Under the track you can see the ballasted foam. It's not stuck down, because obviously that'll be the last thing I do is stick it all down. So if you're wondering why just over here it's like sort of sticking out, it's not in place. And as you can probably tell, I've spent way too much money on Thomas & Friends because the logos, but I can't help it. I just love these little guys, and I know they're not being made anymore, so I'm trying to get as much as I can while I can. So if there's anything that you want me to review that I haven't done, because I've been really busy, then I'll do that. Basically, what it's sitting on. So I've made the layout. It's got battens. If I just drop this down a little bit, so you can see it's on wooden battens, and then I've got 3 cheap shelving units from Argos to sit it on. So let me just show you. I can go over here. So yeah, I can see that's the shelf. I've got 3 of them. As you can see here, I've gone a little bit over. So just in case I do decide that I want to, just a little bit more, because there's a little bit more room here. And as you can see, they're only small planks. I think the measurements here, if you want to have a look. There we are. So they're very small. It's made of 4 of those at the moment. I may take it to 5, which is still going to give me, you know, sort of a small layout that can fit in anyone's house. This is a fairly small room. But yeah, so these are the shelving units. It's on 3 of those. It's nice and sturdy. And then eventually it'll all be screwed down, so screwed together. I had a little delivery today from Rails to Sheffield. Percy the mail train. I may get around to that at some point. I got so much to get around to, but I am trying. So yeah, so if we just get back to this, let's get you up in the sky. So there we are. So it's coming along. I am getting there. I'm sticking to my guns that it's going to be a small layout that anybody can have in any room in a house. Even if you lived in a small flat, it's not taking up too much room, and you can have plenty of detail. To me, there's no point in having 3, 4, 5 tracks, which originally is what I was going to do, to just trains going round and round and round and round and round and round and round. It costs so much money to do something that big that it's best to have something small, lots of detail that you can be proud of. Because eventually what you really are doing is you can always add to it. If you move to a bigger house, or you get a little bit more room, or you swap rooms, you can keep adding to it. If you just start on a massive baseboard, which originally is what I did, which was just how I thought it should be done, because I'd not done it before, that's it. You're stuck to a big square, and at the end of the day, nobody wants to see trains just going round in a circle, stick a couple of platforms, a couple of bridges, and call it a layout. That's not what it should be. If you're going to take some time, I'd rather this take me 4 years and I'm happy with it than, take a year, 6 months. Look at my gigantic layout. So that's not the plan, and really, this is really what I want. I can't, like when I was a kid and I was watching Thompson Tank and whatever else, I always like the quarry scenes and that side of things. I'm not so really interested in express and passenger trains and stuff. So, but don't worry, I've still got all my other stuff. It's not just Thomas the Tank Engine. This is just what's running on here now. So I'm getting somewhere. I know it's been January was the last time that I updated this, but as everyone knows, everyone's busy, and it takes a lot of money to keep ploughing into it. So that's my plan. If I do extend the layout a little bit, then I'll probably have the gap, the radius, the first radius curves coming through, and then I'll have another cliff face, and I may take, as you can see, Thomas's up the top over there. I may have him coming across the bridge onto another. So sort of the diorama will be on the cliff top, and that will be in keeping with what this is. So there'll be trucks and that type of thing, and I'll probably put where you can see the wall is just over there. I'll probably put a board in there with a scenic view. So again, it gives it that sort of make it look bigger than it actually is. But at the same time, what my biggest challenge for me is going to be that you can see where everything is. Everything will be fitted, but it won't be stuck down. So again, it can all be packed up. It'll all have its place, but it can all go back together. So that's the goal. So hopefully I'll have a couple more updates on this very soon for you. I know a lot of the videos recently have just been me having a bit of fun and laughing at some of the Thomas and Friends stuff. But, if you're not having a good time, then there's no point doing it. And by the way, all that you can see on the wall is just bits of polystyrene from this. I haven't just got shit all over my walls. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this and you'll stick with me. If anybody can tell me what the Hornby, it's Pico little turntable. It's a well turntable, I believe. If anybody could tell me what that's like and if that's any good, because I know it's just fairly small and I could probably get the dimensions, but I might work it in somewhere. I don't know. But maybe this isn't what you were hoping for, maybe you were hoping it would be a bit better than this so far, but I'm getting somewhere, so I'll see you in the next one.